Guys, now living in Texas, there's an actual chill in the air. And I'm getting worried because I actually don't like the cold. Hi, my name is Glory. Nice to meet you if you're new, but if you're not new, welcome back. And if you are new, welcome. If you don't know what I am, I crochet stuffed animals for a living. Today, I just want to talk about all the fall crochet projects that I want to crochet within this month, plushie edition. Obviously, if you're not new, you kind of probably already have an idea of all the plushies that I want to make in general, which isn't like a whole bunch because there's only so much I can make in a month, especially with school. But I want to make those plushies that I do create to be perfect, amazing fall themed plushies. And then I'll give you plushie drafts that I was thinking of making, but I'm not sure about, or I decided to scratch it off. So first, when it comes to the first of the month, every time I think about what I want to crochet, I think about my Patreon. For those of you who don't know, Patreon is one of my biggest sources of income and one of my most reliable sources of income. So naturally, it's going to be one of my main focus when it comes to my business and my creative process. On my Patreon, I host a pattern club. So every month you get exclusive patterns, and I will never, Scout's honor, sell them on any other platform. You will only be able to purchase them on Patreon. This month is October, so obviously I'm thinking, okay, Halloween, fall, orange, brown, green, leaves, trees, chills in the air, sweaters, scarves. I'm thinking of things that remind me of fall. That's typically what I do when I think of the patterns that I want to make for Patreon. And I came to a couple of conclusions, and this will lead into the plushies that I'm gonna make and plushies that I wasn't gonna make. First of all, usually I'll have a whole list of ideas, I'll bring them down, and then I will ask all my Pattern Club members to vote, essentially. I had quite a bit this month. I was like fuming with fall, you know what I mean? And I came with 4 results. Now, the first result I think is pretty standard fall, you know what I mean? One day I was looking on Pinterest and I saw a dog photo shoot of a puppy stuck in a pumpkin. And so, hence, Puppy in a Pumpkin was a crochet plushie that I added to my list. And then we had another pumpkin-related plushie, which was Trick or Treat Pumpkin. I actually saw this on Pinterest as well. I saw a photo shoot of a puppy inside of a Trick or Treat pumpkin, and I thought, bro, that is so cute. But instead of just candy, it had like dog treats and bones, and that was so adorable to me. I don't even have pets, but I was like, that is so cute. I had 2 other plushies, and I'll give you the inspo for both, naturally. Also, if you see me moving my shoulder, it's because I'm not sitting straight in my chair and I have scoliosis. It's not that bad, but I'm not sitting up straight in my chair. I have to like lean, you know what I mean? Obviously, during this time of the year, what is every typical girl's favorite thing to do? Bingo. I was going to give you time to guess, but I feel like it's so obvious. Get the PSL of the year. The pumpkin spice latte of the season. That first pumpkin spice latte that you have is just such nostalgia. And I feel like that's one reason why everybody really loves pumpkin spice lattes, because of the nostalgia that really is with them every single fall. Anyway, so I went to get my own and I saw all the Starbucks baristas and I looked at their green aprons and I was just thinking, oh, they're kind of cute. You know, if I was a Starbucks barista, I would totally rock that. And then I was like, oh my gosh, Starbucks really kind of gives fall vibes to me just because of the pumpkin spice latte. I know they didn't invent PSLs, but you know what I mean. And then I thought, what if I made a barista? A bearista. Pretty much a teddy bear in a Starbucks barista apron. I honestly thought it was genius for that. I think I still am, because come on! Finally, I thought of a puppy in a trunk or treat truck. Those are like my 4 main plushies. Now, on my Patreon, as I'm like referencing here, I took all those 4 ideas. I told my pattern members to vote. And let me tell you how the votes actually went. So, first, for the first one, the puppy stuck in a pumpkin, it ended up getting 13 votes. Now, I think 66 people were able to vote, which is like an okay number. Because I have around 100 people in my pattern club. So this is about 60% of my club, which is a really great roundup. So 13 people voted for Stuck in a Pumpkin, the puppy stuck in a pumpkin, which I thought, oh, that's so cute. For the second one, the doggy trick or treat, it got a whopping 34 votes. Half of my pattern testers that voted, not half of the pattern members that voted wanted this plushie. Meanwhile, for the barista, we had a good 17 people. That's pretty good. And then Trunk or Treat got a whopping 2 people. So obviously that one wasn't a hit. And side note, if you are starting a Patreon for your crochet business or even just business in general, make sure that if you're making something that is based for your patrons, that they get to vote, because there are so many times where I want to create something that I love and I think my Patreon pattern members are going to love as well. And then it turns out that when I ask them for which one they would prefer, they prefer something completely different. So it just helps me to be kept in check, and it helps to bring my pattern club. So obviously, looking at the stats, Doggy Trick or Treat won. A winner's a winner. I plan to make a tiny little corgi within this big, cute little jack-o'-lantern trick-or-treat basket, and then I'll probably sew the candy pieces on later. And I might add a bone or two, because of course I have to. It's a dog. I'll actually show you. I was hoping to finish this yesterday, but I ran out of yarn. This is a recurring problem that I keep having. The jack-o'-lantern pumpkin is already in effect, and I don't know about you guys, but I did a pretty good job. I did. The construction looks a little weird, just me showing it to you. But remember, I wanted to make the jack-o'-lantern pumpkin in one piece. Once I get orange yarn, I'm going to finish up the pumpkin, and then I'm just going to crochet a handle and then sew the handle on to the pumpkin, and we're going to be good to go. Number 2, I plan to crochet more pumpkin frogs. Let me actually show you one that I've already finished. Isn't she adorable? I keep seeing these tiny frogs that are knitted on my Instagram feed, and I was getting sick and tired of them because I don't know how to knit. So I told myself I'm going to crochet and design a frog plushie that is so cute and tiny like that too. And at the moment, I think this is the best I can do. Now, of course, it doesn't really look like the ones that are on my Instagram feed. You know, it doesn't look exactly like the knitted ones, but I think I did a pretty good job given the circumstances that I have, which is chunky yarn and not being able to know how to knit. I will learn eventually. It's definitely a skill I want to acquire during winter break. But for now, I'm going to stick to what I know. This is a pattern that I do plan to write soon because I think she's so cute. Hopefully you do too. Moving on. Another fall plushie that I really want to make. I still want to make the barista bear. I do. Even though my patrons didn't like it, doesn't mean that someone else isn't going to. And it was the second place winner, even though it was only by 17 people. It was still second place overall. So I feel like that's a good roundup for the people who actually like a barista bear in their room. Another thing that I plan to crochet are tiny pumpkin trick-or-treat plushies for my crochet members in my Crochet Crate membership. It's pretty much just a plushie subscription. I just make tiny plushies that I don't sell in my shop. I ship them to you guys. Finally, this video is already too long. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I thought this was just gonna be a 10-minute rant, but we're at 20 minutes so far just filming. So let me wrap up with my last plushie that I want to crochet for fall. I kind of want to crochet either a spider or a ghost. I think either or is really cute. Now, I've made a spider before, but I'd like to remake it, add some cute little additions, and then actually write down the pattern and put it on my Etsy. Right now, the spider pattern's on my Ribbler, and I have, I think, 3 patterns on there. My resolution this year is actually to add more patterns to my Ribbler. I just remember that the last time I tried to add patterns there, it was not the easiest because all my patterns were on PDF, so I have to rewrite. A ghost, I feel like everybody has a ghost pattern. You know what I mean? Every plushie maker I know has a ghost pattern. I want a ghost pattern. I mean, the only disadvantage is that there's only so much that you can do with a white blanket over a plushie's head. But I feel like I can make it work. I'm not gonna lie. But then again, I don't know. Because again, there's only so much you can do with that. That's about it, guys. This month is just gonna be filled with fall, fun, cozy crocheting. And I hope that you'll have fun crocheting with me. Tell me what you're making for fall, because obviously I am not the only one crocheting for fall. You are too. So what are you making this fall? And all of my links are in the description, including my pre-order to my book, if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching this video of me just talking again. I'm trying to make my videos more interesting, but sometimes I'm like, drink water, take a nap, go to bed. It's literally like 8:30 where I am right now, so I'm gonna go to bed pretty soon. And make sure to do what makes you happy, even if it's only one thing today, because your brain will remember that. And it's that little bit of dopamine that really carries you throughout a day. Well, with that being said, y'all, I'll see you later. Bye.